Hey everybody, Erowan here with some thoughts on a game I just got preview access to called Hyper Light Drifter. This is a game developed by a new studio called Heart Machine. I became a backer of this over a year ago on Kickstarter and I'm just now finally getting to play it. It's coming to PC, PS4, Vita, Xbox One and Wii U sometime in 2015 and I'm really glad that they're coming to so many platforms because I'm really loving it so far. So let's talk about the game. A few surprises for me early on is that the design of the game seems really mature. It doesn't feel like a first effort, and some of the decisions that they've made show a lot of savvy that I wasn't expecting from this game. So an example of that is if you tap A to dash forward, if you time it right, you can actually just keep tapping that and keep dashing forward. There are also cooldowns on both your weapons to keep the action from being overly hack and slash, and instead make it more of a tactical platformer with more sophisticated gameplay. There have been a lot of games that have employed the 2D pixel art nostalgia to cover up some kind of shallow gameplay mechanics, and this is not one of those. Something people may forget is that those older platforming games often had fantastic level design, and so far Hyper Light Drifter is matching that level of sophistication and depth, which I'm really happy to see. Right now in the preview there aren't any hard save points, so if you quit the game, you do have to start over, and one thing I'm noticing is that even starting out from the beginning each time, it's not boring or frustrating because the combat is satisfying enough to not become repetitive. Both ranged attacks and melee are viable, and you really need both to be able to fight effectively. The developer states on their website that they want this game to be Zelda, A Link to the Past meets Diablo, and I think somehow they're successful at pulling off that combo. Action is fluid and mobile, and it requires a surprising degree of finesse to pull off well. Health system is nearly identical to that of Zelda, and they use it to really great effect here. I haven't gotten far enough into the game to find out how much loot there is involved, but there are a number of different weapons to pick up so far, and they're all awesome. There's your melee attack, a pistol, a shotgun, and a grenade, and they're all unique and powerful, and their websites say that there are going to be quite a few more, so I'm excited to check those out. Hyper Light Drifter is challenging. I haven't died this many times in a recent game for a long time. I think something we're seeing in current game trends is that for a while games have not been difficult, at all. You can often finish a big new release by dying just a couple times, so rather than having to stop and think about a particular challenge and hone your skills, you're instead just walking through the world for a new thing to respond to. I think the reaction to that has come in the forms of games like Dark Souls, which are completely unforgiving and very popular, and what Hyper Light Drifter is able to do really well is being challenging without being unfair. Whenever I've died in this game, my reaction always been, well, I played that poorly. It was never a fault of the game design. The sound design in the game is fantastic, truly extraordinary. It's minimal and foreboding, builds tension and atmosphere, keeps the gameplay engaging. The visuals are what initially sold me on the game, and they definitely do not disappoint. Feels like a vast world with plenty to explore and tons of fantastic little details that flesh out the world. If you're into pixel art, you're going to love this game, and even if you don't, the art in this game may well win you over. I hope they do add customization to the main character. I haven't seen any mention of this, but it would be great to change hats or helmets, as well as capes and things like that to make the main character more your own. And I'm crossing my fingers for something like that, because the design of the main character is actually not something that I totally love at this point. The only thing that I think may hold this back is probably a matter of scope. There's likely only going to be the single-player campaign, and I'm not sure about the level of replayability after you complete that, but I can tell you that the game knows what it wants to do, and what it does very well. And I'd absolutely take that over a game that tries to be too many things. Overall, I was excited for this game when I first heard about it, and now after playing the preview build, I'm looking forward to the release even more. If you're interested in checking it out, I'll have a link to the developer's website in the description below. Thanks for watching, this has been Erowan, and if you'd like to see more about Hyper Light Drifter and other projects I have coming up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.